putting another weight on the public purse. I'll give you examples. We had health professionals who had completed their housemanship, and some of them doing their housemanship without clearance in 2024. So we successfully collaborated with the Ministry of Finance to get about 883 of these officers getting clearance so that they can get their allowances. You recently heard some junior doctors threatening to go on strike. They have started work without clearance, without salaries, without pay. Again, we collaborated with the Ministry of Finance, and as I speak to you now, we have succeeded in getting them clearance, and they are being migrated onto the payroll. We had about 800 medical doctors who had finished their housemanship, but they were still at home without clearance. As I speak to you now, the Ministry of Finance has issued clearance, and all these medical doctors are going to start work with immediate effect. And with this one, our priority areas are in the rural areas. So it was not only the issue of the 13,500 nurses and midwives. There were pharmacists who had completed their housemanship as far back from 2023 to 2024 who had not been paid. We inherited that. And those people have been paid. I am telling you what we inherited and what we have done about them and what we are doing about them. We had more than 17,000 rotational nurses, allied health professionals who also didn't have clearance as far as their rotation was concerned. By the grace of God, we have secured clearance for these more than 17,000 health professionals. That was not the only thing. There were issues about conditions of service. You've heard them before. And so we had to onboard them gradually, because you'll agree with me that we also have a country to govern. Ladies and gentlemen, as I speak to you now, that about 6,500, that will add up to the 7,000 already being paid, making 13,500. That allowance, that's over 6,000. Cabinet has approved that with immediate effect, starting from November, the Minister for Finance must pay them. And I have in my hand the letter to that effect. And so these were the difficulties. I empathize with anybody who had to go through this painful situation. And it is important for Ghanaians to be taken along. And so I think at this point, I will want to pause here. If you have any clarity to seek, I will do that accordingly. I thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, so members of the media, the Honorable Minister is all set for you. If you have some questions begging for answers, you want to seek some clarifications, is all ears.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. I am in the person of Stephen Kwajotichia, the convener for the Coalition of Unpaid Nurses and Midwives. And I commend you and your high office for this prompt intervention of our situation. And I stand on my leadership and the entire membership to commend you and say a very big thank you. We need this clarification from your office. The statement you made that Cabinet has approved that by November we should be paid. We want to know the modalities of the payment. Is it everyone who is going to be paid in November, or the payment is going to start in November? And when is it going to finish that everyone is going to be paid? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, thank you so much for the great work. My name is Reverend Dennis Sanawiti. I'm the Executive Secretary of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. And so, of course, my question will boil down on pharmacies. Currently, we have about 640 plus pharmacy graduates, family pharmacy graduates who wrote their professional exams in 2024 and have been placed on the provisional pharmacy register, awaiting their 1 year housemanship, after which then they will be placed on the permanent register. It's been a year and we are apprehensive. I will gladly want to hear that the financial clearance has been agreed by the cabinet to be given for their postings. And also those that have finished the housemanship from 2020 but haven't been employed. Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Please.
Okay, Honorable Minister, I'm a person of Konadu Kusi Clement. In your speech, I heard you saying that Cabinet has approved for you to start paying the 6,500 in November. Please, is it going to be with the arrears or how is it? And also, we have some of our colleagues who have passed away. I mean, they've died without their salaries. How are you going to attend to that too? Thank you very much.
I think let's give more
To our media friends.
so that they are going to.
My name is Raf from Gold Coast Tube. My question is, Honorable Minister, we've noticed that in our health system, from, let me see, the 90s, nurses, doctors have to demonstrate before they are get paid. Why is it that those that are taking care of our health, always they have to demonstrate before they are get paid? So since you are minister in your administration, can you assure us that before you leave office, there won't be such situations? Thank you.
As for demonstrations and strikes, it's their right to. So nobody can stop anybody from demonstrating. That's the first response I can give to this one. It is my responsibility as a minister to let the public understand the issues. As for how you take it, will be entirely your option. These issues, everybody here would agree with me that this is the first time I'm having the opportunity to explain some of these issues. But we have a country to govern. And so I will do my best under the circumstances to serve Mother Ghana. His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama, is so committed to the health sector. You'd all recall, and the nurses will bear me out, that immediately we took office, there was a fiat to allow everybody who was employed after 7 December to go home. Am I the only person who heard it? But His Excellency said that should not be applicable in the health sector. And so we will do our best under the circumstances. The first question was from the convener. I hope in my attempt to answer this question, I will not be a drama king. Anyway, so in actual fact, everybody, if I say everybody, the only gap is the 6,000 something. The 7,000 are already being paid. So what it means is that by November, all the 13,500 nurses and midwives will be paid. Everybody. So this is the last batch of how we're staggering it. And so we'll migrate, we'll onboard all the 6,000 something for them to be fully paid. So let me answer that question. Let me tie in this question with the issue of arrears. Yes, so the regular payment will start from November, but we'll issue how we are going to pay the arrears. The arrears will be paid. It's work you have done, and we'll make sure that you are paid accordingly. And the issue of the pharmacist. Ordinarily, these pharmacists should have started their housemanship. These pharmacists completed their course in 2024. Now, if you allow them to work without financial clearance, okay, we'll witness what we are seeing at the moment. And so there is the need for us to give them financial clearance before they start the housemanship. And I can assure you, it was part of what we discussed at Cabinet, and Cabinet has approved that. That too must be cleared as soon as possible. I think these were the questions asked. So if I'll take... That is a very difficult question. So how the debt will be paid, we'll have to maybe think through it and see how the debt will be paid. But that will be a very difficult situation. So maybe we'll reflect on that and see what the law says with regards to that. So I should do the tree before I take the next batch, or let me finish with the English before I come and take the next batch. Let me finish the English. Is that so? Okay. So any more questions? You can stand there and I can, yes, you can stand there as I answer them. You have to give the microphone. You have to give the microphone. Okay, let me. Okay, all right.
Good morning. Please, my name is Macmillan Alfred. Sir, please, I want to ask that there's a rumor circulating. I don't know if it's true or false.
And you want me to react to rumors?
I've seen it in various platforms.
That's what.
And I want to hear from you.
Okay.
And I believe that everyone over here wants to hear from you as well. Please, how true is it that one of these two nurses that was moving around on our social media platforms, one of them name was mentioned that she would be punished due to what happened during the demonstration. How true is that, sir?
Okay. Any other question? Yes.
My name is Majid Diallo from Ghana News Online. Recently, we all visited the hospital.
The hospital.
You promised that the project will be completed very soon.
I do not want us to miss anything with this particular one. So please, let's concentrate on this issue.
Can you touch on the agenda 111?
No, I beg you. I beg you, let's deal with the issues of the salaries so that we don't divert attention. So if you have any clarification to seek on this subject matter, there are a lot of issues. I'll take time. These are unpaid salary issues we are dealing with. At another time, I'll pick one thing. We'll tell you what we came to inherit, what the situation was, and what we have done and what we are doing. We'll be having a series of this engagement. You see, it is always very important to allow Ghanaians to know what is happening and what you are doing so that it will not be misconstrued as though you have come to create the situation. We don't want to lament. We want to tell Ghanaians their solutions we are preferring. So if there is no clarification, I'll proceed to seek. I'll proceed to. You want to ask a question? Yes.
Thank you. So my question is from your experience so far as the head of the health ministry. Is it a difficult ministry to manage?
I can say it's a sensitive ministry. It has to do with your health. And so you can see the high public interest, and I'm enjoying it. If for nothing at all, by the time I finish my tenure, people would have helped me to identify a lot of my talents. From farmer to drama king to what have you. But it's a very sensitive ministry, and I am enjoying it, and that has been my life since I was born. And so it's a pleasure serving your people in this capacity. We will do our best, but it is important to fill the vacuum so that people will not misinform Ghanaians. This is what we are seeking to do. Once Ghanaians appreciate the challenge, they will also appreciate what we are doing about it. And so for me, it's a sensitive ministry, and it has direct correlation with our survival and even productivity as a country. So that is why people are so much interested, and it's a very big ministry as well. So I'm enjoying it, to tell you the truth. I am enjoying it. Yeah. Any other question? Yes. Who? I think somebody has asked a question about the nurse. I have to respond. But good morning, my brother.
I'm Jacob, because I'm Jacob from Ghanaian Times.
Okay.
Yes, so as humans, we have, different perspectives. The way you see things, different people will see it in a different way. You are saying that the payments will be processed around November.
They will be paid starting from November. Paid.
Yes, but here lies the case. The nurses are also seeing it in a different scenario. Some are saying they're having difficulties with their health, feeding, and all that comes with it. Is there a shortcut to pay some of them later if the November comes? Because you are saying it, but they will not see it that way. So is there a shortcut to, sort them out right now?
I do not have the mandate to report on any shortcut. What I have mandate to communicate to you is what I have done. And I wish we would leave it there. Yes, let me address the issue of a nurse who was part of the demonstration. My attention was drawn to it. Yesterday I was in the constituency, so my attention was drawn to it. And then the ministry issued a press release to that effect. I do not want to sound as though I want to encourage indiscipline in the sector. But I think that I wish I was not the one at the center of this issue. I wish that a nurse or a health professional has been called to answer how maybe he or she has mistreated or mishandled a client or a patient, and not about the minister. I am a public servant. And if His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is your president, you must always look up to him. Freedom of speech, your right to demonstrate, divergent opinion are some of the tenets His Excellency the President upholds so high. And so you cannot be his appointee and frown on those things. And so I have absolutely nothing against anybody who demonstrates. But of course, as I stated earlier on, let us do that responsibly. And so I'll urge the Director General of the Ghana Health Service to temper justice with mercy. This is not to encourage anybody to act irresponsibly. But I think that this should not engage our attention. What is important is how we will solve the issues, the challenges we have inherited. That should be the focus, and not these tangentials. I will also not want to sound as though I am condemning those who want to uphold professionalism and discipline in the sector. No, I will not do that. But with the greatest of respect. We have done this work for more than 25 years. We've gone through, the extreme. We've gone to worse things than this. But once you are determined to serve your people, some of these things are simply not avoidable. You meet them. And by the grace of God, I have the skin to accommodate some of these things. And so, subsequently, it was over the weekends, I will engage the Director General on phone and then try to appeal to him to... That doesn't stop any measures they are taking with respect to other things or any disciplinary actions they are taking in the sector or what have you. But I do not want it to be said that as though somebody openly expressed his or her opinion and she's being gagged, and you know how people will read meanings into this, and that will divert their attention from the good things we are doing. We are determined, we are resolute, we are focused to fix the challenges we have inherited as part of the resetting agenda. I thank you so very much for the opportunity. I hope I've clarified every... Hey, my man. Last one, so that I can speak to you.
Honorable Minister, my name is Alberta Aite. I'm representing the rotational nurses in Ghana. So we want to thank you for your intervention so far, but then I want to ask with regards to the financial clearance. Please, is it going to be for those of our senior colleagues who completed last year, or those of us who are 5 months into our rotation?
Thank you very much. When the issues are understood this way, that people have completed and they've not gotten anything, and we are fixing it, even if you demonstrate, Ghanaians will understand. And they will know where it's coming from. And that's what I'm seeking to do. My dearness, those who have completed and those of you who are working, all those issues will be sorted out. We'll fix those ones. So everybody will not leave some of these things in a mess as we inherited. We'll clear them. Okay. So at this point, I will want to speak Tree, so that the Tree media houses can also get the soundbite to report on. So the union leaders here, I will urge you to continue to work with us. Work with us. At the end of the day, we are the mother ministry, and the issues will not be settled in the street. I can give you an example. The junior medical doctors issued a roadmap for strike on the 3rd of October. Their clearance was issued on the 1st of October. If they had gotten to us for an update, maybe they wouldn't have gone out there. So please, let's work together. And then we think that some of these issues will be solved without going out there. Thank you. The America, nyina ne say, if we say